Hello, lovely sisters. Hope you're all doing okay. It's an absolutely gorgeous day today. Um, I've had some really powerful guidance come through this week. So powerful, and I had quite a lot of visions over the last couple of days that came through that was more personal to me. It was showing me a lot of things, and so many kind of like little soul adventures and guidance from nature. So loads of things came through, and it was kind of all about rebirth, rising forward, and also for me this kind of romance coming through. And I pulled the cards this morning. I had a ceremony first, and I pulled them in this kind of really strong energy. It was amazing. I was kind of chanting and singing whilst I was pulling the cards, and with each card that came through, the song changed, the energy changed, the rhythm changed. Oh, it was such a blessing and a privilege to be able to do that. Um, so I'll show you the cards that came through, and I pulled these with a very strong intention of guidance for all, guidance for the group, guidance for the sisterships, and um, for anyone who finds their way to it. So the first card that came through, oh gosh, I love all of these cards, but this one, Karma of Kotala. I'll just show you that. Look at that. Look at the power in that card. And when this came through as well, the song and the chanting was so strong, so earthy, so raw, so powerful. I was really buzzing in this energy. And Karma of Katala, what this is about, Katala is a Sanskrit word, and it's related to the call or the mission of heart. So it's kind of working with those callings, working in that mission. And in terms of karma, we quite often think of karma in, it can have a positive way, but almost like a negative way when you think, oh, karma is going to come back to you for the things that you've done. Karma of Katala is about kind of the karma of following your heart, following the dreams, following the things that kind of light your soul up. And those things might not necessarily make sense to the things that you've been taught, the conditioning, the world around you. It's not always about making money. It's not always about success. It's not always about achievement. It's about doing something for the pure love and joy of it. And in doing that, the karma of Katala is that positive karma will come back through. You know, through doing that, you will be rewarded in a way that kind of not only allows your life to be fulfilled and feel that soul fulfillment, but also materially, and so that you can progress forward in your life. And you don't always see how that can be at first. It might seem really obscure, but it's reassurance that when you follow heart, you're on the right path. But looking at this card, I'm going to put the pictures up so you can see properly, but oh my goodness, so much rebirth. You have a look here, there's kind of the egg in the center, rebirth of heart, new life to heart. There's also an egg up here as well in the mind, in the third eye, kind of an opening of the third eye, a rebirth of the senses, an awakening of all that you see, and an awakening of perspective, and just kind of like rising in this beautiful light and fiery power, rising up from the darkness, going through all that healing, shedding it all away, and just arising into the new. Wow, it's truly beautiful. Such a special card. And the second card I pulled was this one, the Two of Cups, and this is about romance. Again, that romantic thing that's coming through, that's been coming through at the weekend as well. And this card is about relationships coming forward. It might not necessarily be a new love interest or something like that, but it could be, if it's a friendship, a blossoming relationship of equality. A blossoming relationship of equality where you're not taking too much, you're not giving too much, you're kind of sitting in this perfect union of equality. And what that brings forward for you is this just kind of like peace and growth and kind of resting in that united strength of a union that lights up the darkness, and so much peace in this card. There's so much peace. And when I was singing this card through as well, the song was so soothing. It was so soothing and calming, and just kind of allowed my heart to rest in that beautiful music. So that's the kind of thing that it's bringing through for you. This gorgeous card. And the next one I pulled was Bridget. Look at her. Look at her. The fire, the power, the fire within. All that strength pushing through, holding that power in your hand. And again, new life, growth, rebirth, strength, certainty, determination. All that wonderful, wonderful energy. And then the last card that I pulled was this one, the Ancestors card. And this card is always about knowing that you've got the support of your guides and your ancestors around you. But what I felt was coming through from this card is where you are right now, in the moment, you've been through this before. You've been through all these trials before in other previous lifetimes. You've worked through them again, and you're coming to the end of that cycle. You're coming to the end of that cycle of that trial and that lesson, which has been learned not just for this lifetime, but the lifetimes that came before. And so it's kind of an end of the cycle before the beginning of the next. And knowing that you've done that healing work, not just for you, but for your ancestors and for the lifetimes that came before and the lifetimes to come as well. Kind of that finality, that end of that lesson as you've kind of grown through it and learned through it and cut ties from it. And standing in strength in that, and of course also knowing that you are supported. You are totally supported by all your guides and ancestors, and I can feel them all coming in. I can feel that kind of ancestral circle of women coming in, and it's like they're cheering us on. It's like they're cheering us on because they're just so elated and happy at where we all are in this moment. So wow, really, really, really beautiful message. I'll just do a quick overview. So, stepping forward in heart, following that call, walking in heart, and knowing that karma, good karma, is coming back to you as a reward for the bravery of standing in that place and following your heart, and arising in the light that comes through from that, arising in this beautiful rebirth of power, and just shining that light out to all, shining it out to illuminate the darkness. Call to your role as a light worker and everything that you've gone through in your healing process. And now is the time to arise. Now is the time to arise and shine that out. And that is just coming through so beautifully and naturally. Romantic relationships coming through this week, and relationships of equality, and those kind of beautiful connections where a united connection, that's it. I think people have felt so disconnected recently, and it's that united connection of equality that allows you to bloom through the darkness, allows you to stand out, allows you to thrive in that wonderful, wonderful equality. knowing and holding the fire within, knowing and holding all that power that's within you in that gorgeous rebirth and new life as we step forward into this week. And the end of the cycle of all that healing and those lessons, not just for now, but the lifetimes before and that'll benefit the lifetimes to come, and the support of your guides and your ancestors. Wow. Truly, truly, wow. And also I've got this little card here that it came at exactly the right moment. I just started my ceremony and I was just about to pull these cards, and there was a knock on the door, and I went and answered the door, and it was my delivery from the Divine Magic. So I've got my sage, I've got my cacao, and wonderful Tracy of the Divine Magic has sent me this, which is so precious, so beautiful, and exactly the words that I needed to hear this morning, so I share them with you as well. And it says, peace in stillness, the answer will be revealed. Peace in stillness, the answer will be revealed. That is so true. Those are exactly the words I needed to hear this morning. Peace and stillness. Oh, yes, I'm feeling that right now. And the answer is revealed. So I'm going to keep this. Thank you, Tracy of the Divine Magic. I'm going to keep this in my purse, I think, where I've got a little compartment in my purse for all my my precious things. It's got like drawings from the kids in there and little quotes and stuff, and this is going in there so I can keep it close to my heart. So thank you for that. So yeah, I hope that's been helpful. I hope it's going to be helpful. And the way that I've been living the guidance so far, week by week, this has just given me so much encouragement and so much hope for what's going to flow through and what's going to come into being. So let's see what happens. It's so exciting. And anything that arises for you from those words, from those cards, anything that instantly feels relevant, or anything that kind of progresses and comes through the remainder of the week, please let us know. Please share, because I love to hear. I really do. I love to hear all your stories. And that's how we learn from each other. That's how we grow. We're sharing, and it's really beautiful and special. So I'm going to go now. I've had this wonderful moment of peace and stillness in a very, very chaotic day. It's very chaotic here at the moment. It's gorgeous, gorgeous stillness, so I can do this. So I'm going to have to return to my hectic life. I send you all so much love from my heart, and many blessings.